All right. So, are there any questions specifically that you want to go over, or you just want to go in order from 1 to 20? So there's no question that was harder than the others that you want to start with first? All right, Jackson.
19.
19. Okay, so we are starting with number 19, so everyone please go to number 19. Just like we were if I stood it over there, we're going to read through it, then we're going to annotate it, and then we are going to solve it. All right, so it says at a store, markers are sold in packages of 12, pens are sold in packages of 8. What is the least number of markers and pens Rick needs to buy to have an equal number of markers and pens? All right, so first sentence, at a store, markers are sold in packages of 12 and pens are sold in packages of 8. What is important in that question? Luke.
Sold packages of 12 pens.
Okay, what else?
Sold in 8 packages.
Perfect. All right. What is the least number of markers and pens Rick needs to buy to have an equal number of markers? What's important in that one?
The entire sentence.
The entire sentence is important, but make sure that we go back and find there are bits and pieces that are extremely important in this question. All right, so what are some things that are extremely important that help us identify how to solve this problem? Jackson.
Least number.
Least number. So least number is telling me that this is going to be an LCM question. Okay, that set of words tells me that. Haley, what else? Equal number. That's also very important because now I know I'm looking for the one that has the same number of both. All right. So when I'm finding LCM, am I doing factors or am I doing like repeated addition essentially? Repeated addition. All right, so we have 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Oh, and I'm gonna give you a side note. I can't feel my head, it hurts, it's throbbing, I can't breathe. My throat hurts. I should probably not be here today, but I'm here. So my math has been crazy off today, even with an answer key. So if I add wrong, multiply wrong, just politely like, Miss Kennedy, you did your math wrong. I'm gonna be like, you are 1000% correct. All right, why did I do the first 5 numbers? Jackson?
You did the first set of numbers.
Why did I do the first 5 numbers?
Oh, because the first 5 numbers is.
Why do you all have to do technically the first 5 numbers when you're finding LCM for the smaller number? Why?
Because that may be all you need for the bigger number.
Right. So you always do first 5 for your smaller number. Then for your next number, the bigger number, we do it. And so we what? And so we what? Jackson? Right, until we find one that is the smallest number that is the same. Okay, so then our answer for this one is 24. All right, how do we do with that one? Thumbs up if you got that one right. If you didn't get it right, do you see where you went wrong? Do you see where you went wrong?
Yeah.
What do you do?
So my brain was still on the last question that I did.
Did you see it?
No, not the last question. I looked at a number and I was thinking of 42 for some reason. And instead of writing 12, I wrote 42. So I was doing like the multiple of 42.
So that's why you couldn't find your answer.
Yeah.
That's
And
why
now
it's
I'm
so
like,
hard.
how did you get that?
All right, that makes a little bit more sense because I was really confused as to why this one was hard. I was like, okay. Alright, Luke.
So I want to go over 18 because I couldn't think of greatest common divisor at the time.
You said 18?
Yeah, and I couldn't find. I didn't bring my math up with my other one.
That's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're gonna annotate. Alright, so number 18 says, what is the greatest common divisor of 6 and 13? Now I have a question for you. Divisor, used in this context, is a little bit confusing, right? Like if you're not 100% sure, you're kind of like, I'm not sure what to do. If you see these two words, greatest common or least common, before a weird word instead of greatest common factor or least common multiple, this is telling you either GCF or LCM, okay? Regardless of what this last word is in the group. If you see greatest common or least common, you're either finding GCF or LCM, okay? Do you think they use this word right here to throw you off? Yes, they do, 1000%. Because really and truly, this is not a very hard GCF problem. But if you get stuck on the word greatest common divisor, oh my God, I don't know what they're asking, then this is a missed question, right? All right, so knowing that we're finding GCF, we find our factors. Okay, what is the greatest common number between 6 and 13? Justice. 1. That is your answer. Okay, mainly because 13 is what kind of number, do you remember?
It's a prime number.
It's a prime number, it's only got a factor of 1 in itself. All right, Luke, does that make more sense now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, any other problems you want to go over? Charlotte? Number 4? Just make a note of which ones we're going over. We did 19, 18, let me write this, I'll forget. 19, 18, 4. All right, so first time through, we are reading for just comprehension. Second time through, we are reading for highlighting. All right, Kelly earns a salary of $45,720 each year. Her paychecks are divided equally throughout the year, and she is paid twice a month. How much is each paycheck before taxes? All right, so this time through, stopping at every period to find what's important. Kelly earns a salary of $45,720 each year. What's important, Josh?
$45,720.
Okay. Her paychecks are divided equally throughout the year. Jackson?
Divided equally throughout the year.
I'm gonna leave throughout the year unannotated. And she's paid twice a month. Paid twice a month. All right, and then how much is each paycheck before taxes? Well, before taxes, that's just so you don't get confused and think you have to find what the taxes are. All right, so there are a couple different ways to solve this problem. So would somebody like to share one way that they did it? All right, Riley.
So she says she's paid 2 times a month, and in a year there are 12 months, so I multiply 12 times 2 to get 24, and then you divide that, and it's like 45,720.
Okay, did anybody do it differently? What'd you do, Jackson?
I divided 45,720 by 12, and then divided it by 2.
Okay. So, if you do it this way, you can use your answer choices to help you. And if you do it this way, it's a little bit harder. Okay? Still not saying that it's right or wrong. Alright, so let's start with this. Now, how many of you guys used your answer choices when you were doing the study guide on Friday? What? Why? Why are not all of our hands raised? Yeah? You're gonna be so tired of hearing me say, now look at our answer choices, what can we get rid of? Look at our answer choices, what are we gonna multiply by? Alright? So for this one, 24 times what gives me 4? You can just let me know.
1.
0.
0. Listen. 24 times what gives me 45? 1. So with knowing that this is going to be a 1, can I get rid of some answer choices?
Yes.
Yes, I can. I can get rid of C and I can get rid of D. So now at this point, I got a 50-50 chance of getting this right instead of a 25% chance. All right? All right, so now I'm going to multiply 24 times 7, or I'm going to multiply 24 times 9. Why? Why did I pick 7 or 9? Mauricio?
Because it's the second number in A.
Right, it's the second number. So essentially, I'm going to do 27 times, or 24 times 7. 4 times 7 is 8. Carry me 2, that's 4, 15, 16. And then this one is obviously not going to be my answer because I know just by looking at that, I can get closer to my answer, right? Oops, my bad. So I have my answer without even finishing my problem. Does that make sense? Now, on the EOG, I absolutely want you to stop here and go on to the next question. Why? Why do I want you, we've already got our answer, right? We know this is our answer because of the little bit of math that we did. Why do I want you to say, okay, answer, next question? Luke?
Because you have a 3-hour time limit, and once it hits exactly 3 hours, it cuts you off.
Right. You get 3 hours. Why am I going to spend another, 30 or so seconds on this problem if I already have the answer? Why would we do that? That's 30 seconds you can put towards a much harder question that is going to take you a little bit longer. And this is why I am preaching to you guys with long division, use your answer choices. It will make it so much easier. Does that make sense? You finished that whole thing? All right. So that's number 4. Charlotte, did you get that one right? Okay. All right. Any other ones you want to go over before we get going? Jackson? Number 3? All right. Number 3 says, which is the quotient of 315 and 21? So quotient, 315, 21. All right, so going through the steps of division, what can I multiply 21 by to get 3? Nothing. Those two are gone. Why? Why are C and D gone? Jackson?
Because they start with a number bigger than nothing.
Right, because I mean essentially our first number is what?
0.
A 0. It's not going to work. Now, based off of the 2 answer choices I have left, what number is going next? 1. Okay, based off of the answer choices left, which one can I eliminate? Based off of this being my remainder. Why can I get rid of 10? Because why?
You can put 21 into 105.
Right, because 105 is bigger than 21. So we know that we can multiply 21 by whatever. So again, we know our answer, we can move on. Now, on your test tomorrow, do you have to finish this problem and the last problem, the other problem, the other problem? Yes. You would still have to do 5 minus 105 gives you 0. You have to finish it on your unit tests and your quizzes. Okay? Because it's not time technically. I mean, we try to give you enough time. But you do have to finish them on there. Okay? Questions about number 3? Any other questions you want to go over before we get into the review? Okay. All right, let's go to number 1. We didn't do this one.
No.
We're over it together.
We didn't.
Oh, we didn't solve it.
I just talked about annotating. Okay, so let me annotate it real quick. Okay, so what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Luke,
We are gonna do. So we have to put 48, since you work 48 hours, we're dividing 48 by 100. 112
be careful how you say that. 112,000.
800 divided by. Because she worked 48 hours, so it's like that
Perfect.
she worked.
All right, so what can we multiply 48 by to give 1? Get 11. Nothing. What is the only thing we can multiply 48 by to get 112?
2.
2. So when I multiply 48 by 2, what do we get?
96.
Okay, I can't eliminate anything yet. What's the next number I'm multiplying based off of my answer choices? What is it?
3.
And when I multiply 48 times 3, what do I get?
144.
Okay, can I eliminate some answer choices? Yes. Why can I get rid of A? Why can I get rid of A? Justice. Because it has a 0 and is 240 bigger than 48. So we know we're going to be able to multiply. Can I get rid of B?
Yeah.
Why? Raise your hand and tell me why can I get rid of B? Alright. 1, 2, 3. Do not raise your hands. So, I'm asking the rest of the class, why can I get rid of B as well? Riley.
Because it can go more than 2 times.
Right, because we already know that 48 times 2 is 96, right? And we have to get way higher than 96. So we can eliminate that one, and we know that the rest of our answer is 2,350. So the correct answer for number 1 is C. All right, how'd you do with that one? Okay. If you didn't get that one right, look at where you might have made your mistake. Yes, Luke?
I have a question about problems. Do you think, like, for solving them, do you think more or less we just go through one solving and just call us to do that?
No. And the reason, because we are doing this for correctness, because this is your study guide review for your test tomorrow. Maybe in the future, but for today, no.
Okay.
All right, any questions about number 1? All right, number 2 says, what is the solution to, we did this one already in class, didn't we? I didn't do it on the board for you? Okay. What is the solution to 6,528 divided by 32? What's important in this question? Put your hand down, put your hand down. Put your hand down. Hold on real quick. Raise your hand if you annotated. Raise your hand if you got credit on Friday for your study guide. So those are the hands I want to see. Bradley, put your hand down. Luke, put your hand down. Jax, put your hand down. Caleb, what's important?
What is the solution to 6,528 divided by 32?
Okay. What does the word solution mean?
Answer.
Answer. All right. So I'm going to divide. I'm not. 6,528 divided by 32. All right. What is the first number I know that I'm going to be multiplying by? Again, look up there and start participating, else I'm done. I'm not doing this with another class today. I'm not. I'm not begging you to learn. Kylie. All right. So, Kylie, here's my question though. Is it going above the 6, the 5, or the 2?
The 5,
Why?
because 32 can't go into 6, and then 32, you could do 32 by 6.
Okay. So those two are gone. Does everybody understand why A and B are gone? Is there anybody who doesn't understand why A and B are gone? All right. Based off of our answer choices, we have a 0 and we have a 2. Can I multiply 32 by to get 12? There's nothing I can multiply by, right? So what goes up there? So therefore I have my answer. Okay, how'd we do with that one? So those of you who did or didn't use your answer choices, let me ask, those of you that didn't use your answer choices to help you answer these questions, are you understanding why it's so much easier now? Yes, no? Or are you just confused by it? Apparently I'm talking to Wallace today. Raise your hand if you did not use your answer choices, because I'm talking to you. So, those of you who with your hands raised, raise your hands. Does it make sense how we're using them? Does it make it easier? Yes? Does it make it easier for you or no? Alright, so everybody stand up. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to shake it out and get awake, because this is the last one I'm telling you to participate. So shake your body out, move in a circle. Just don't hit my iPad. Do whatever you need to do for 30 seconds. Do not talk. Do not make noises. Y'all are not shaking out your bodies. You're not even out of your chair. Our number 5 says, an art project requires 672 beads. If the beads are divided equally among 28 students, how many beads will each student get? Alright, an art project requires 672 beads. What's important, Josh?
Requires 672 beats.
Okay. If the beads are divided equally among 28 students. Anna. Divided equally is very important. Alright, how many beads will each student get? Alright, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, Trevor?
We're dividing 672 by 28.
Oops. Alright, what is the first number that I'm going to be multiplying by? Kylie. All right. So am I gonna do 28 times 2 gives me 6? No. I'm gonna do 28 times 2 gives me something close to 67. What is 28 times 2? Haley. Hey. Can we eliminate any of our answers yet? Jakaya, which ones?
20
And 22? What?
because we already did 28 times 2.
Right. And we gotta get almost twice that much, right? Okay? So now you just have to say to yourself, okay, 28 times 3 or 28 times 4. Which one is closer to 112? That is a whole lot easier than having to go through everything. All right? So stand up if you said 23. No? Stand up if you said 24. Okay? So when you do 28 times 4, you get 112. Good job. All right, have a seat. Next question, it says, which is not a required step for solving 901 divided by 17. So this was a little bit of a tricky question for my first period. So we're looking for not required to divide this. So if you go through the steps, Alright, so you have to also think about a couple of things when you're doing this. Obviously we are multiplying, right? We are multiplying to figure, which is missing. So some of these are out of order a little bit, so you just have to be careful. Remember, if it's a step that you do, you're crossing off your answer. Does that make sense? Alright, so 17 times what gives me 9? Anything?
No.
No. So technically, we are looking at, go this way. We are looking at 90 divided by 17 right now, right? Is that an answer choice? So that is a step we do, so we cross off that answer choice because we have to do that. All right, so what did we multiply 17 by to get 85? I forgot. Jakaya. 5. Thank you. All right, so now, do we do 90 minus 85? So that is the step that we do. All right, so I want to do my math. What do I multiply 17 by to get 3? Or, sorry, to get 51. Trevor. 3. So obviously we're crossing off A, and D is our answer choice. Now, can you also look at D and say there's nowhere in there where we do 151 divided by 17?
Yep.
Okay. Because that technically would be the easier way, but I also wanted you to be able to go through the steps because you may come across a question on your test tomorrow where you have to know which steps and it might not be that easy. Okay, so that is what I recommend you do when you're trying to solve a question like this. All right, number 7, I want to see what our answer choices were before we go over this. So it says a pool holds 19,200 gallons of water. The pool is being filled with water at a rate of 15 gallons per minute. About how many hours will it take to fill the pool? All right, so stand up if you picked A. Okay. Stand up if you picked B. Stand up if you picked C. And stand up if you picked D. Alright, so nobody picked E, which is fine. Alright, now let's go through this. Annotate it. So, a pool holds 19,200 gallons of water. What's important in that sentence? Charlotte, what's important in the sentence?
19,200 gallons of water.
Okay. The pool is being filled with water at a rate of 15 gallons per minute. What's important in that sentence?
At a rate of 15 gallons per minute.
Okay, somebody else. About how many hours will it take to fill the pool? Shelby, what's important in that sentence?
How many hours will it take to fill the pool?
This is huge. Why is that word huge? Bradley.
Because it's like, it's not gonna be the exact answer, it's gonna be like around that answer.
Right. So it's going to be kind of weird. So raise your hand and tell me, what was your process in which you went about solving this problem? Luke.
I divided 15. So my process was I was dividing 15 by that first, and then I divided that. I got that answer. Then I divided it by 60. 'cause
Okay.
60
Stop right there.
is,
Stop right there. All right. So he did 19,000. Divided by 15, and then that answer divided by 60. Okay? Did somebody do something different? All right, Jakai, what'd you do?
I multiplied 15 and 60 and divided 19,500
Okay, neither one of these are wrong. You both get the same answer. So whether you did it Luke's way or you did it Jakai's way. What I need you to understand though is that regardless of which way you do it, it is a two-step problem. Okay? So we're gonna do 19,200 divided by 900 because I am a huge fan of being able to use my answer choices. You should know, based off of your answer choices, that those three places are not used, right? All right, so 900 times what is gonna get me really close to 1,920. There's only one answer choice for that. What? Yeah, 2, exactly. So I know I'm gonna multiply this by 2, which is gonna give me 1,800. Okay, so now I have 1,200. So 9 times what? It's either gonna be 0, 1, or 5. Well, can I get rid of this one?
Yeah.
Why?
Bigger than 900.
Right, because it's bigger than 900. And this is why it is so important to understand the division process. All right, so now I'm left with 1 or 5. Which one is it? It's gonna be 1. And then you end up with 0.33333 all the way. Correct answer is 21. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna stop right here and we will pick up at number 8 when we get back. Line up for lunch. Hold on, watch with the iPad.